to the Jefferson County's tax base. LEI pays over $200,000 per year in taxes and also employs 65 to 70 people. LEI is in the process of expanding its swine operation. At this time, LEI is in the process of obtaining the zoning approval, or the final stage of the permit process, to construct a 9,000 head swine nursery facility. The facility will consist of one building that will be 244 foot long by 119 foot wide. This facility will create 3 jobs and will add to the county tax base. A 9,000 head nursery equates to 360 animal units. To help put this in perspective, Roots feedlot is 10,000 animal units. Based on animal units, this 9,000 head nursery would be 3.6% the size of Roots. The nursery facility will house pigs from an average of 8 pounds to 50 pounds. The effluent system will include a 2-foot concrete pit under the building and a 125 by 125 by 9 concrete storage pit. All joints in the effluent system will be sealed. The effluent will be spread 1 or 2 times a year on farm ground that is near the facility. The effluent will be applied with a drag line system and injected into the soil. During the application process, approximately 4,000 gallons per acre will be applied. This amount
to talk about, if you read the paper last week, you guys agreed with the Planning Commission. Somebody went to a hog farm and said, it doesn't smell much. You remember that? That was in the paper. Somebody else said, well, they've already got all the big grain trucks on that road. What's a few more trucks? Do you remember that? It's in the paper. It has to be true.
That we said that?
You and the Planning Commission. It was in the paper. You read it. You agreed with them. You guys met with some of the Planning Commission about this. So the idea is going out that this is a done deal. And to make it more so, you drive by the site, it's already staked. And if you have the wherewithal, of course they won't tell you to call Norris Public Power, they already have a work order to supply power out to the site. What do we believe? Are we just flapping our gums up here about nothing? Or do you still have an open mind? Because we can list for you the same things we did at the Planning Commission. One, you notice he didn't say anything about there will be no odor. There will be an odor footprint. Yes, it's not going to be a tremendous one. On day-to-day basis, no. But anytime they apply the effluent to the soil, it'll be a day or two, it will smell. I don't care where you go. You go down to Kansas, over to Iowa, same part. The barns themselves aren't bad, no. It's when the effluent, and this is going to detract. It's going to erode our quality of living out there. Now, I asked this question at the Planning Commission. Why did not the Wiseys who want the manure build this over north of Jansen where they live? You know the answer to that. They don't want it close to where they live. They want to put it in our neighborhood. There will be a signature of odor. You can't escape it. It won't be every day. No, I know that. But what about someday you're up at the cemetery having a funeral, and it's a bad day for the Wiseys, or a day they're applying the effluent. You got the wind. Will they come and apologize to the mourners? I don't think so. It's going to detract from our quality of life out there. We talked about the roads, and you know you talk about that all the time. Right now, it's like having Russian roulette when you ride that road, because if you meet a grain truck, they're always going to ride in the middle where it's hard and sides are soft. So you have to all the way down the road. This is the side. I don't really want to go into this, but I would request that you lower the speed limit now while this road is like that to like 40 or 45. Now everybody's going 60. Just until the road is repaired or something is done. But the answer to that is the answer to the bad road to let's put more trucks on there. It's not the 3 employees. It's the support vehicles. There will be feed trucks. There will be livestock trucks. What other support trucks they need for veterinary, etc. These will all be put on that road along with what we have now. That's true, farming has come to the place where everybody's driving semis, over 80,000 pounds of load, and that really takes a toll upon that road. But I don't think the answer is to put more traffic out there. Thirdly, which nobody wants to address, is our evaluation on our property. Anytime you put a home, whatever kind of building it is, in a mix, and we've looked this over, there's over 30 landowners that are not farmers that live within a 2-mile radius, the value of their property is going to go down. You talk to any real estate agent, except maybe some in Jefferson County that, what do you say, might be a little bit intimidated, they will tell you, your value of your house is not going to go up. We had a guy in here during the other meeting, and he said he had facts and figures. If you're within a quarter or half mile, it'll go down as much as 70%. 2-mile radius is still 10%. Now, I don't know if anybody's ready to sell right now. I haven't talked to anybody, but if they do, they have to realize they aren't going to get as much as they could have. Nobody wants to live close to a hog barn. Now, I appreciate that they want to make money. Wisies want to make money. Why didn't they take it someplace where it was all farmers to put the plant? You just have to look at the neighborhood. We don't want our quality of living to erode. And the comment was also made in the paper that, well, you already got roofs, you got the fertilizer plant. Well, does that mean you dump something else in there so there's more smell? No matter how you slice it, how you dice it, how you parade it, that hog manure is going to smell at some point. Like I said, it's not going to be every day, but it will create an odor imprint upon the neighborhood. I think that's about it. Does you have a question?
Concerned about why we chose this site. As Bruce Livingston has said, it takes 300 acres of farm ground to apply it. On a corn-soybean rotation, that would take a total of over 600 acres. And considering the cost of fuel and, as what Richard has described, deteriorating roads, the most efficient route to deliver the fertilizer and apply it and control the smell is with a drag line, which means you have a limited amount of area you can gather those 600 acres. And of all the farm ground, which we have north of Jansen, this is the only one which we could efficiently use. Any questions?
Unless I'm missing something here, but you guys have nothing to do with this facility other than providing the land to put the farm on.
But I want to address the concern of the odor. And yes, there will be odor. But we're taking all steps. If there's any on the ends where they turn around, it will be dished into the ground within 24 hours of that happening. We're working with the local, very local, immediate residents to address all their concerns, which I believe we have, as far as effluent running near, as in the notes from the planning and zoning meeting from Thursday night. There was some concern. And we've had a setback, and we agreed to a setback from Bruce and Minnie Jones farmstead. Not perfect, but the best out there.
Miami units are about 300, where this is 360. And as the discussion has come about with valuation of houses, since my operation has been there at its current size and stuff, the Brookenberry Schwab purchased Hardy or Olson's place, and I don't think that they paid any less because of it. Marvin and Eunice Stewart moved a house in that's within a stone's throw from my third stage lagoon, and they moved their house in there just 10 years ago. And Barker's built their new house up the hill there, so I don't see that that it's gonna affect valuations, yes, it could. But where this is that size and that 300 animal unit facility, I see that not being an issue with valuation of housing. And I just want to remind the committee that is sitting here that we are livestock friendly. And I think that this is the appropriate, the reason that the state legislature created the livestock friendly program is on this size of an operation. It fits with what the local zoning rules are and stuff, and I see this as a positive for our county. Thank you.
Okay, one last chance. Anybody else have anything? If not, we're going to go to the 7 points that are, again, for the special use permits, which is our guidelines. So we're going to read those 7, and is this compatible with and similar to the use permitted in the district?
Yes.
Yes, it is. Not be a matter which should require rezoning of the property. It meets that. Not be detrimental to adjacent property. And I think it meets that because all the setbacks have been addressed on that. Not tend to depreciate the value of the surrounding structures or property. There's no proof of any depreciation, that it depreciates anything. So I think it meets that. Is it compatible with the stated intended use of the district?
Yes.
Yes. Not change the character of the district? I don't believe so. And is it in accordance with the comprehensive plan that we have before us? And I think it is. So.
With that, Mr. Chairman, I think all the requirements have been met, and I would move that we approve the recommendations of the Planning and Zoning Board and grant a special use permit to Livingston Livestock Operation, file number 3-12.
I'll second that.
Okay, we have a motion and a second to approve 3-12 for the Livingston Enterprise Facility. Any discussion on the motion?
You want her planning and zoning committee recommendation?
Yes, for the Planning and Zoning Committee recommendation. Yeah. Okay, any other discussion on the motion? If not, we'll ask for a roll call vote.
Art?
Yes.
Michael?
Yes.
Marvin?
Yes.
Motion carried.